Alright guys, so welcome back again to this channel. In this video I'm actually going to be showing you a trade I was taking today, and what the result and effect looked like at the end of it. Remember, if you're tuning in for the first time, to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you would be notified whenever it is will come your way. Alright, pretty much quick. As you can see, this is XAUSD talking about gold, and this is the 15 minutes time frame, as you can see. Alright, so for start, what I actually looked at for was what the trend was at the time, and from my 15-minute time frame, I could see that the trend was actually bullish. That's why you have this trend line right here, sitting here, telling us that it was actually bullish at this point. And then after which, I was waiting for the next point of action, of course from price action, to then know what is going to happen. But as you can see right here, based on my analysis, you could see that at this point gold had already, there was a massive impulse move from here. As you can see very good, the whole of these points is a massive impulse move. As you can see right here, this is a massive impulse move, and when you have a massive impulse move, the next thing you'll be having after which is what we call correction. So it's more like having the ICC strategy, where you have the impulse move, continuation, and correction, and then all of that. So pretty much I could see I had an impulse move, so this would now serve as my correction. Now remember, this is on 5 minutes time frame, and I'm actually supposed to be scalping from my strategy. So what I actually did was, I had to move down to a lower time frame, and then I moved down to 5 minutes time frame to see what is actually going on. And from here you could see that price is trying to create this formation of this formation that looks like a wedge right here. um, so what I have to do was to scale down to 1 minute if I'm going to be getting much details about this same. Yes, so pretty much as you can see right here, I can now say, remember, this is the impulse move, and then we're having this correction phase that wants to serve like a wedge pattern here. So this is pretty much what I did. I had to take my I used, of course, through the help of my trend line, I was able to get my points, and then after getting my points, I had to watch out for what price action was going to be doing. Now if you watch closely, you see that at this point I've been able to, you know this is actually looking like a falling wedge kind of, although we are also having a zone right here, as you can see. On the contrary, you could say this zone, since we're having a straight zone here, um, this might want to look like, a bearish triangle, as you can see right there, because of the straightening of this particular edge right here. But if you want to label, or you want to draw it more like a wedge, then you'll be having something like this, and then it will keep giving you all of that. So I have to just pay attention to this zone here, as you can see right here, just paying attention to this zone. I had one zone here, as you can see. I had another zone here, as you can see. So at this particular point we have two touch. We're waiting for the third touch, and on the third touch we saw that price broke through this particular zone. Of course, if it breaks through this zone, we could as well say we want to sell. But what most traders would have done here was to go on probably a short and set their stop loss at this point, targeting the next zone, which is going to be somewhere around here. But what price will do is that price is actually going to kick you out, because price broke through this zone. What would have given your credence to be able to, or giving retail traders credence to be able to take this trade, is if price rejects this zone, haven't broken below this zone. So if price rejects there, then we now know that we're having a break and retest, and then you can go ahead and take a trade. But on the contrary, since price broke out and broke in again, what we would be looking out for is continuous buy, because price has broken in. Are we together now? So since that was the order of what price played out to be, remember, we are reactive to what price has done, and not being predictive. So since price broke out, and this particular candle, let me zoom out so you see clearly. This particular candle had to close inside that particular zone, and they gave us another full candle that still was inside the zone. So what we're actually going to be doing is looking out for um you know going long. So we could take our long at this position. We could set our stop loss directly below the breakout if you can, or below this. um for a better risk to reward, you could limit it to this point, but me, I would actually take care for you know safety, because I'm actually targeting a very high point at this case. So where's the next line of action? Or my next zone is actually this trend, this line, as you can see right here, because I had already indicated my zones. As you can see, all of these lines written, you could see here, drawn here, these are zones. So I'll just probably be targeting this zone, and this is a sharp risk to reward. 1:2, or probably I can also target this one if I'm willing and ready to hold the trade much longer. So let's play price and see what price is actually going to be doing in this case. So playing price, this is what price end up doing. And as you can see, the price, the trade was actually very much, pretty much easy, as you can see, and we kept moving and moving up all to the next zone. As you can see, remember I marked out my zone. So pretty much this is what this particular strategy looks like. Remember, you have to have your zone ticked. Once you've drawn out your zone, look out for what price is trying to form. And price was actually at this point, it was trying to form, um you could call it a wedge, or you could call it a bearish triangle or whatsoever, or a falling wedge or whatsoever you call it. But then understand what price is doing, because we're having a straight zone here. Price broke out. It should have done a retest for us to continue downwards, but since it broke out and came in again, now if you go to a higher time frame, you see that this will now become a rejected area. So it will now become a fake out, telling you that price wants to continue up. Let's go and carry out that experiment. Let's go to a 15 minutes time frame. Now if we go to a 15 minutes time frame, are you seeing clearly now? This was the trade we just took, and that was how we made that profit. Now you could see that price did what here, made this particular zone a rejected zone. So this becomes a fake out that is going to trigger a lot of retail traders, and then the main move begins, and it becomes a very sharp impulse. You could see how it kept going up. So this is pretty much how this trade was taken, and we all were on profit. So if you're tuning in for the first time and you want to encounter more videos like this of for explanatory purposes and so on, do it to subscribe to this channel, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.